Right, to start, I'll just check whether just a click will turn. Yes, there I am. This is me, and you can see now where our logo comes from. I'm going to introduce Cradoc's Savoury Biscuits to you. We're a company that's only 6 years old, and we trade from Brecon, so I guess we're local to Abergavenny. We're only 20 miles away, so Abergavenny Food Festival has really been part of our growth right from the very beginning. We make savoury biscuits mostly, and we started making savoury biscuits back in 2008. And our remit for making biscuits was to make something that was fairly healthy and beautiful. Went with cheese and pâté and hummus and anything else that you have on your luncheon table. Particularly cheeses. I think you'll find that we are a bit obsessed with cheeses. And we started making simple recipes at home and came up with about 14 altogether. And of those 14 recipes, we decided to make 6 commercially. Although ingredients have always been very important part of what we do. We love ingredients. And these are our pan-roasted garlic, getting ready for a chili ginger and garlic recipe. I think some of you have got chili ginger and garlic on your tables. Gorwith Caerphilly, there we are with that cheese. Pearl Lass and walnut is another flavour that we do. And here's our beloved beetroot, where we shred beetroots and get the juice out of that beetroot and make a dough out of it, like this, which looks rather, like you probably can't see it very well, it looks very gory on my screen. And then we hand cut the biscuits initially. So when we started, I'm feeling quite uncomfortable just standing behind the podium. Is it okay just to move this slightly? There we are. Is that better? I feel more comfortable now. So, we started hand rolling using our hands, obviously, and very soon got a hand-cranked. Some technical stuff going on. We hand-cranked with a French patisserie machine to begin with, and then eventually we bought a beautiful 10-pack pastry break, which solved all our problems with regards to rolling the biscuits. Baking biscuits is hard work, and I won't bore you with that side of it. Ella and I have basically worked extremely hard to produce these biscuits, and it's the other side of the business that perhaps is a little bit more interesting. So when we started, we sold to farmers' markets, and it was our joy to take our biscuits and our inventions to market every month, and eventually 4 times a week we got to various markets within our locality. And we met our customers, and they told us that we had a product that they wanted to buy. So after about 3 years of hard selling, and that's cold selling on a market stall, winter, summer, bringing in cash, banking the cash, we acquired a sum of money to start our business proper. So we tested the market initially and found we had a product, and then we wanted to employ a designer and brand manager who could create a brand for us out of my drawings and my ideas, and start to sell our products to trade. So you can see here we just cut our biscuits by hand and turned them over in our home oven in a little neff that we had in the kitchen. This is how we used to sell them at farmers' markets from baskets with a hand-applied label. And packaging really was very important to us, although we couldn't afford to do it. I'll tell you now, it cost us, and those of you in food production, I know Rufus probably knows this quite well, it cost us £11,000 for 3 packets, and that includes that includes the design work, although I was very much party to the design of the products. I designed them. We had an illustrator homogenise them so that we could create a range, and that's the range of biscuits that we decided to sell commercially. We sell them at Abergavenny food festivals. And here's a little slide of our show. And this is Ella and I. After 12 weeks, part of the brief for our designer was to get us into Waitrose. So we needed a Waitrose-centric philosophy. That was the echelon of our aspirations, I guess. We didn't care much about the other 4 supermarkets. I'm sad to say, if there are anybody representing those companies, we will be interested in them, but at the time when we started, it wasn't our aspiration. We definitely see ourselves as artisan bakers. So here we are, 12 weeks after having achieved our packaging design, which I would tell you we cried over. It wasn't right. We were spending this pile of money. It's nothing, I realise now. £4,000 for a single design is not a lot of money, but when you're paying for this from nothing, when you're handing over your cold, hard-earned money, that's the reality of producing food for small producers, a real reality. And either you make that leap or you don't. And one of the innovations that I think that Cradocs can offer is the quality of design. If you bring quality design to your product, you will elevate it. And as long as you're honest, it has to be honest and integral. It has to have authenticity. It has to be real, of course. But good quality design makes things happen. So it only took 12 weeks. I think our designer did a good job. And here we are celebrating our first order in Cowbridge. And again there. This is Ella at Dubai. Ella's my business partner. She's been with me now for 3 years. She's my daughter. And together we've developed and... You are my daughter, aren't you? Why is there laughter over there? Of course, it's very difficult when you send a member of your family, and of course working with your family, because I'm her mum, I'm also her boss, and there have obviously been those difficulties of separating that thing. I'm sure Rufus has been through exactly the same thing. No. I'd be surprised. So, you know, we've actually managed to cross that barrier, and a lot of small businesses producing, you have problems with familial activity in your business, which there is no place for. It's taken us a good few years to overcome that, but we have, and we're on the right road now. Ella in Dubai, so I send my daughter off to Dubai to do a mission actually to find out whether Dubai is a market for us, and it seems it is, but at the time, of course, we couldn't produce enough. So over this period of 4 or 5 years, we've not been employing people. We've been baking these biscuits ourselves. So we've worked extremely hard because now we're supplying over 400 independent retailers, Waitrose, but actually lovely Waitrose isn't too onerous an order, and various wholesalers. We have 5 wholesalers who sell throughout the country for us. So hard work, a lot of efficiency, very, very efficient working processes. We function, the 2 of us, like a big company. That's how our mindset started out. Our aspirations were much bigger than the whole of us 2. We have aspirations above our station, and in a way, we think it's paid off. As to the Gulf food, we haven't received an order from the Gulf yet because we can't supply the size of the orders that are required. Have we? Have we had an order? Come on, Ella. Now you'll see the problem of working with your family.
I'm very bossy. The issue was in...
I'll go the other side.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, the issue in Dubai is exactly the same here in the UK, is deciding whether to go with, you know, the Asda's out in Dubai or the Waitrose. So we've had an order from Lulu's, which is seen as sort of the lower end supermarket, and we're just waiting to go into they have a Waitrose out there and equivalent to, you know, Harvey Nicks and Harrods, but yeah, we're just waiting on a bit of shelf life, and obviously our baking situation's changed now, so we're geared up to go.
There you go, see. I'm thinking, you know, we've got lots to do in our home market first, so it's about...
But that was another thing that was subsidised by the Welsh Government, and it was amazing because small companies were actually able to go out to Dubai and see if their products were able to be launched there. So it's an amazing opportunity, really. Subsidised heavily, isn't it?
It is subsidised heavily, and we wouldn't have gone otherwise. We now know we've got opportunity, and when we get volume of production, we can fulfil. But that's for the future. Right, so our biscuits are quite healthy. We don't make any claims about them yet because we haven't had the food technologists who can give us the confidence to say, yeah, actually, you've got good source of fibre here. We know we have. Or, you know, the calorific content is this or that, or it's a good source of vitamin C or iron or whatever. They do exist, and all the iterations at our growth will probably bring those to the fore. But we promote healthy toppings, and they're great for canapes, they're great for snacking our biscuits, dipping, dunking, anything like that.
And we have one vegan and fat-free spinach and celery seed, and that goes really well at the food festivals when people get to try them.
Here we are at a food festival. I think this is FoodX 2013, touting our new cocktail biscuits, so these are great with drinks as well. This is Harvey Nicks. We were able to supply all 8 stores, and we have done for 3 years now. We do very well at Harvey Nicks. I always feel like we're a bit of a novelty. I think novelty products in these posh places are, you know, it's great to be there, but actually real sales come from delis and farm shops, basically. But Harvey Nicks, hey, who's going to complain about that? New products, we've always got new products. In fact, we've got a great back catalogue we've got 14 recipes, of which 6 are commercial. These are some that we delivered to delis originally. We don't do these now because we can only make our 6 products range of 6.
And extremely time consuming, aren't they?
These are handmade products, artisan products. These we are bringing out in January. These are rainwater biscuits made from Welsh rain. Welsh water and grissini. And this is a lovely Olympia. There's the island stand. We were talking to our Irish colleagues over there, Northern Irish colleagues. We met everybody that we should have met at that stand, and you can just see the Wales stand there. It's in black in the top. Which quarter? Left-hand or right-hand quarter. This is us with our German distributor. We export to Germany, Portugal, and various other places in small amounts, bearing in mind that it's just Ella and I baking at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Okay, so our next phase, and probably the thing that's been the most difficult for us to achieve, has been moving to the next level. And we have been looking for bakers to take on our product in Wales for nearly 2 years. This 2 years has been probably the hardest part of our business career, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't enjoyed it. We've tried to keep our products in Wales because, as Ian said earlier, I don't know where he is, has he gone? You know, there is a bond with your locality, no doubt about that. You do bond with your region, and as we're a Brecon-based business, that's where we wanted to stay. We're now going to be made in Coventry. But it is a fantastic facility. We're working with Arden's Fine Foods. Arden's are the biscuit importers of Britain. They know there's nothing they don't know about savoury biscuits, nothing. They've been importing for 21 years, and they've set up this bakery within their warehouse to produce Cradoc Savoury Biscuits. They really believe in us. And they've also invested in our company. We're putting the air conditioning in here. This is our oven.
And these are things that there's no chance that we could have been able to afford, you know, this beautiful facility with air conditioning to keep, you know, everything to a perfect level. So we're...
As to sustainability, I know we've only got a very few minutes left now to speak. One of the reasons that we loved this company so much is that the oven will be fired from solar energy. So we are able now to... we'd never have been able to find a company locally or build this facility for ourselves. Because of their knowledge, we've been able to get this added bonus. There are many other things about water reclamation and other issues that they are offering us. So I know it's time for me to stop, so I will. I'm sure we'll chat again.
Do we leave now, yeah?